So today we are with Mr. Kym Barter, General Manager and Senior Vice President of Atlantis Dubai. So how's your day going?
Very good, very good. I just had a nice panel with some nice colleagues, and we talked a little bit about Michelin and the evolution in Dubai. So it's always a pleasure to be here.
Since how many years you are attending Hotel Show?
I've been a couple of years. I must say this is probably my first year that I've sort of spent a little bit more time and had the luxury of being able to sort of look around and see. But it's grown incredibly. I mean, it's a credit to everyone that's part of it to continue to grow as this part of the world is growing as well.
So as you mentioned, this part of the world, so you have like global experience from different countries. So how does that your experience helped you shaping in this journey?
You know what? I think my experience, I mean, you can have we're in the hospitality business. And I think at the end of the day, whether you're hospitable in one part of the world or another part of the world, at the end of the day, it's all about the people connection and the connection with your guests and that as well. So I think, those experiences are transferable no matter where you go geographically, which is a nice, I think, a special thing about the industry we're in. Yeah.
So as you mentioned about Michelin stars, so is your company has this a lot of Michelin star restaurants. So when you have the bar so high, so when you open up a new thing, the bar is already super high. So how do you make sure that your new restaurants also go to the same league?
You know what? I think, we set the bar high ourselves. So I think there's a difference between somebody else setting the bar high and you being needing to deliver versus you setting the bar high yourself. Because we do that, our team are on board with it. Our culture, the striving for excellence is so important for us as well. I'm not going to say it comes easy. It certainly doesn't come easy, but it comes from a team that are really passionate about excellence and committed and dedicated and that as well. So I think when you sort of have that culture within the team, everyone wants to. It's a very competitive. Everyone wants to be beating the other as well. So I think that makes it an easier transition into that as well. Yeah.
So hospitality is all about people, connections, happiness.
Of course.
So your team should have to reflect that to the customers.
Yes.
So how do you make sure that your team is super happy, that the customers they can make happy?
Right. I think first of all, you got to hire the right people. And it's got to be more than just a job. I think it needs to be a lifestyle, okay, of being hospitable and looking after guests and creating those extraordinary moments. So I think that part of it as well. And continuing along the career journey of your individuals that then become part of a team and keeping them motivated, keeping them excited, and keeping them interested in that it's not just a job, it's not only a career, but it's something that they can really strive and really be at the best of their game. And I think that is an important part of it as well.
So if we talk about hotel industry, so people doesn't just want to stay the night at the hotel. Sure. That is like very decades back thing.
Right,
now they want something more, experiences, enjoyment. So how does Atlantis make sure that they have the best experience?
Right. Yeah, I think gone are the days where people are just going for a vacation and staying at the hotel. There is so much more to that now. I think it's the entertainment element, the family element as well. If you have family and you want to make sure, if you don't have family or your family's decided, moved on and you've got a different reason, then maybe you're going to a different destination or a different experience in that as well. The food and beverage pillar is a very important part for us as well in making sure that we can. So I think when you look at ultimately an experience, it really means that at Atlantis Dubai, you could stay and you don't have to go anywhere. Okay, we're a destinational integrated resort with an incredible water park, the world's largest water park in the middle of two beautiful luxury properties, one being Atlantis the Palm and the other one being Atlantis the Royal. So when you look at it as a totality, as a destination, you really don't have to go anywhere. I think the difference is you have to decide whether you want to go to dinner by Heston Blumenthal or Gordon Ramsay or Oceano or FZN, or you want to go to the water park for lunch. And I think it's really just making those decisions, which we leave up to the guests. We are, creating the experiences and making sure that we can do that for our guests.
So you mentioned in your panel that Atlantis do what is right for the industry. So can you explain a little what is exactly right for the industry?
You know what? We do what's right for the industry because we are in the hospitality industry, and it's about creating memorable moments, experiences that not necessarily that guests haven't seen before, but in our own Atlantis touch that as well. And it's really about making those guests feel special, whether they're a couple that are coming on their honeymoon or a vacation, or it's a family. How do we touch every opportunity within their vacation to make it memorable? And then that guest goes away, hopefully returns again, but also tells friends and families and colleagues, for example, that this is what happened for me. And that guest suddenly gets curious about how do I now go and experience that? I feel like I've missed out. So I think that's sort of what it's about now. Yeah.
So just wanted to know the last thing, that how do you make sure that Atlantis stays at the top all the time?
How do we make sure Atlantis stays at the top all the time? We have incredible ownership in a management company, so that initially is super important because they give us every tool to be successful. The only thing is we need to be successful, but that's why we hire the right team members, we create the right concepts, we deliver those extraordinary experiences as well. So I think we continue to evolve. We have two properties, Atlantis the Palm, which is a more 17 years young. So we keep that continuing to reinvent ourselves. And then we have Atlantis the Royal, which is our new property, to just over 2 years old now. And how do we continue to learn from that property as well and create those experiences? So, and not to mention the water park. So when you sort of put the three together, that destination, you're always looking at how you can be improved from the year before. We listen to our guests a lot. The guest feedback is super important. What are the guests saying? It's one thing us saying, we think it needs to be done like this, but what is the guest saying? And we listen to the guest a lot and create those platforms that the guest feedback is super important for us to also improve as well.
Thank you so much, Kym, for sharing.
Very welcome. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you for the opportunity.